Good morning, beloveds. Okay. I need to go back and see what these videos look like with the new phone because I don't know. Because they look a little odd to me. They're very yellow. And they might be yellow. I don't know. Um, is that all you want? Okay. Sorry. Cats. We've taken to, when I come in here to do this, I bring a snack for my elder statesman. And he didn't eat much. I don't know if, can you, let's see where he is. There he is. And now he's offended because I showed him on camera. Either that or there's a heated cat bed and he's moving over to the heated cat bed. So it was not a big hit when I brought it in because I bought it for him. And he's like, no, I do not want the heated cat bed. And now he's like, I want the heated cat bed. And there's another cat on it. So life with cats. Life with cats. All right. It is February 24th. I am making God visible on earth. And we are on Psalm 34. I will bless the Lord at all times. God's praise shall continually be in my mouth. People are the image and likeness of God. People are the means which infinite mind has of self-expression. If we know this, then we shall act in accordance with it and cease from that which is foolish and negative. Through us, the action of God is taking place. Through us, God is making spirit visible. Truly, we are blessed and a blessing. As we live, so that all who contact us find God. Our only means of blessing the Lord is by releasing God's thoughts through our minds and God's love through our hearts. Our friends and coworkers are seeking to find God expressing in us and through us. We are advised to let our light shine, to heal the sick, prosper the poor, and bring peace to the unhappy. Only as we see ourselves as the activity of spirit is this possible. To all is given the opportunity to be the radiant expressions of God. The wise accept it, the others take the harder path. May I so live in the Christ spirit that all who contact me this day shall be healed, that all who contact my thought shall be blessed. Wherever I go, I spread abroad the good news that God is in humanity and the true self of humanity. I release only that which is true of God and God's perfect mind. My lips are dedicated to speaking truth. My heart is dedicated to loving all whom I meet on my pathway. God is in my mind, my life, my all. I am the visible representative of God on earth, and I walk my way in dignity, poise, and peace. Beauty surrounds me, peace is within me, for God is all there really is in my world. This is the truth this day, and I bear witness of it. So that's the call to action today. The call to action. It's the call to action every day. The call to action is we are the expression of God in this world. We are the expression of spirit in this world. Every single living being is the expression of God in this world. Are we acting accordingly? Are we acting lovingly? Are we acting kindly? I want to use the word, are we conserving, this world? Are we being good stewards of this world? I mean, this earth is the living body of God. And are we treating it well? Are we treating each other well? Because you will never look in the eyes of someone that God does not love. You will also never look in the eyes of someone who is not an expression of God. And does that give you pause in the way you speak to other people? it should give you pause in the way you speak to yourself. You are an expression of God. You are an expression of spirit. One of the things that sent me into therapy, 16, no, I probably going on 20 years ago, was I heard the way I was speaking to myself, and I went, this is not okay. This is not okay. And so, I went into therapy, dug around in therapy, and then, had a conversation with my medical doctor. My medical doctor went, the brain's an organ. It's not working right. Let's see what we can do about that. And so I spent 2 years on an antidepressant, got that brain working right, and have maintained it since. And that's what it was. It's like I realized how I heard how I was talking to myself, and I was like, this isn't right. So, we are all godlings. We are all expressions of God. Every living thing is an expression of God. How are we treating them? Are we treating them kindly? Are we treating them compassionately? Are we treating them lovingly? I can't save every cat in the world, but I can be kind to the ones that cross my path. So, all right, let's do this. February 24th, I am making God visible on earth. Don't tell me about your God. Show me your God. Show me your God with the way you act, with the things that you do, with the words that you speak. Show me your God. Because we are literally making God visible on earth through us. The psalm is, I will bless the Lord at all times. God's praise shall continuously be in my mouth. Because the words I speak, those are God's words. Am I proud of them? And if I'm not proud of them, what do I need to do to change that? All right, so that's Psalm 34:1. Go read the rest of it. All right, so people are the image and likeness of God. Every single living being. So I'm opening it up beyond just humans. Every living being is a likeness of God. People are the means which the infinite mind has of self-expression. All right? We are literally God expressing. We are literally spirit expressing into this world. We were given free will for a reason. Are we using it well? I'm not going to say correctly. I'm going to say well. If we know this, then we shall act in accordance with it and cease from that which is foolish and negative. When we know who we are, we make better choices. Through us, the action of God is taking place. Through us, God is making spirit visible. God is making God's self visible through us. Truly, we are blessed and a blessing. When we know who we are, we are blessed because we know who we are. And we are a blessing to all the people who encounter us because we act like beloved children of God. We are in alignment with those qualities of God. We are in alignment with joy. We are in alignment with peace. We are in alignment with creativity. We are in alignment with harmony. How can you not be a blessing when you're in alignment with all of that? As we so live, that all who contact us find God. Don't tell me about your God. Show me your God. Our only means of blessing the Lord is by releasing God's thoughts through our minds and God's love through our hearts. We are how God acts in this world. That's one of the things that we forget. Frequently, we are the answer to other people's prayers. And we don't know that. We don't know that. Sometimes people will tell us that. Sometimes we will provide something, and it's no big deal to us. And they will say, you are the answer to my prayers. And then you stop and you think, oh my God. But most of the time, when we are answers to other people's prayers, we don't know that. it behooves us to act well, to act lovingly, to act kindly, to act compassionately all the time. And don't and do not mistake me, no is still compassionate, all right? It doesn't mean we become doormats when we act like this. Our friends and coworkers are seeking to find God expressing in us and through us. They may not know that. I mean, we know it. We know when we look around, all we see is God. And so, but that's what everybody yearns to be. They yearn to be closer to the source of their own being. And when we act like that, they find it in themselves. We are not their God. We are expressing the same God. But when they come to us and see our joy, our peace, our happiness, and they go, I want that for myself. How do I get that? We are advised to let our light shine, to heal the sick, to prosper the poor, to bring peace to the unhappy. You want a mission? There you go. Only as we see ourselves as the activity of spirit is this possible. When we know who we are, we can do all of this. We can heal the sick, we can prosper the poor, we can bring peace to the unhappy, when we know who we are, because it means we will use right judgment. We will act kindly, we will act compassionately, we will act in love. We will not be doormats. We will make good choices. We will make just choices. To all is given the opportunity to be the radiant expression of God, and the wise accept it, and the others take a harder pathway. We all have that choice, and that's what free will is. That's what free will is about. The angels don't have a choice. They are what they are. We're expressions of God, and we have a choice. We get to choose to be good. May I so live in the Christ spirit that all who contact me this day shall be healed, that all who contact my thoughts shall be blessed. So that's one of those things about Jesse. Bless them as they move through your thoughts. And if you can't bless them, at least let them pass with, don't think badly about people. Wherever I go, I spread abroad the good news that God is in humanity and is the true self of all people. I release only that which is true of God and God's perfect mind. My lips are dedicated to speaking the truth, which means if it is not loving, if it is not kind, if it is not compassionate, it's not coming out of these lips. Well, at least that's the goal. I mean, I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I'm going to make mistakes. And so when I make mistakes, I make amends and I rededicate myself. My heart is dedicated to loving all whom I meet on my pathway. You heard what he said yesterday. We are not allowed to dislike or hate anybody. We can dislike their actions. Hate is too great of a burden to bear. But there is never a reason to hate someone. Ever. I kind of I'm starting to understand why the saints are crazy. I am the visible representation of God on earth, and I walk my way in dignity, poise, and peace. Okay? We are the visible representation of God on earth, and we walk our way in dignity, poise, and peace. That's something to write on the mirror to see in the morning. Beauty surrounds me, peace is within me, for God is all there really is in my world. This is the truth of this day, and I bear witness to it. All right, beloveds. Ugh. I mean, the mission today is to be that visible. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, remember that free will thing. The mission today is to be the visible representation of God on earth. To release God's thoughts through our minds, and to release God's love through our hearts, and to release God's love through our actions. That's the truth. That is the truth. All right, beloveds. And with that, the other suggestion that I will make for you, because it will make doing that a whole lot easier, to do that mission a whole lot easier, is to do that loving, kind, compassionate thing for yourself, whatever it looks like. Whatever it looks like. If it is a big thing, if it is a small thing, it does not matter. One of the things for that spiritual practice that could be really good is exactly that, of the 3 deep breaths. Because frequently things come flying out of our mouth before our brain and heart are engaged. And so that 3 deep breaths will give your brain and your heart time to engage, to make sure that the words that you speak are the words of God. That they are the words of love, that they are the words of kindness, that they are the words of compassion. And as I have reiterated a number of times, no is compassion. No is kindness. Sometimes it's for you and sometimes it's for the other person. All right? So at no time does this make you a doormat. Being loving, being kind, being compassionate can make you absolutely a warrior. But what you're fighting for is peace. So, all right, beloveds. I am going to move into the process of my day. It is kind of chilly around here. I'm going to go dress in some layers. And I do that loving, kind, and compassionate thing for yourself. Whatever it is. Create that habit. Create that default setting. Create that spiritual practice, because it truly is a spiritual practice. By doing that, you are coming into alignment with who you are. A beloved child of God. All right? Okay. So, as always, I encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to get some bright light first thing in the morning. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Makes brain work better. It's also super important to the heart, too. So, and as always, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now, always. It is all around us. We are surrounded by godlings. We are surrounded by the expression of God in all of the living beings that we contact day in and day out. That breath of heaven is a reminder. Look for the good. Praise it. The more you look, the more you see. The more you see, the more there is. It multiplies. All right, beloveds. Take care of yourself and have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a wrap yourself up in warm layers day, an enjoying hot chocolate day, a wintry day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. All right, beloveds, you are God made visible in this world. Never forget that. You are enough. All right. It's Thursday. Email info@creativelife.org. Find out what's going on. I know that there's a class starting in March on Thursdays. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. And we do have a food market event. You want to do some good and feel good about it? That is one way to do it. So check that out. I don't know if we've got a graphic pinned up for that. I'll have to look for that. We work with the Montgomery County Food Bank, and we support families that need a little extra. And it is good work. It is good work. And it's going to be a little later in the afternoon. It's going to be from 11 to 3. So if you're interested in that, please feel free. Come out. Check it out. And help out. You don't have to lift heavy things if you can't. But if you can, we could use you. I mean, I'm all about the weightlifting. So I'm down for it. Even though I've ended up being the traffic director lately. All right. It's because I'm loud. That's why. Okay, beloveds. Know that you're loved. Check us on the social medias if you need us. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the Running Rev Ryan. Take care of yourself. Know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.